When you see me later at the hospital, I will be in a much better mood, I promise.
So...
Kiss me? Well... What?
You're in a bad mood. You say it's not because of me, but you can't get away from me fast enough. You're going to be in a better mood when you see me later. So the obvious question is, if not me, who's going to make you feel better?
He's not.
He?
I actually did think about going to see him, but there would be no point. Because there's absolutely nothing I can do for him, so it would just be awkward. Actually, it would be more than awkward if Carly's there, because under these circumstances of trying to keep
So the other guy is Jax?
Jax?
Well, you said Jax is Carly's husband, or... Okay, obviously I'm not hearing you correctly.
No, I'm sorry. I was talking about Jason. Last night, he was arrested for Lorenzo Alcazar's murder, which I'm sure he did commit. It just makes me sad, because whether or not he's convicted or he goes back to eliminating people under Sonny's orders, it's just a waste of all he could have been, and it's partly my fault.
Look, never talk about Jason.
We're not close anymore.
Well, correction, you avoid talking about Jason. You talk about Stone so much sometimes it makes me jealous.
Well, there's a lot of people that I'm not that close to anymore. When Jax and Brenda were married, I used to spend a lot of time with them.
You're doing it again.
What?
Avoiding talking about Jason. I mean, he's like this mystery in the middle of your life. And I don't want to push this on you if it's uncomfortable, but... I know why you guys broke up, because of Carly and her son Michael. It was so painful for you that you took off to Europe for 6 years. But Jason's the reason why you came back. Jason's the reason why you and I met. You couldn't stand me at first sight, but you begged me to do his operation. That's how much you wanted to save Jason's life.
And you want to know why?
Well, you have a lot of defenses. You assume that love won't last.
I'm working on that. I think I'm becoming positively optimistic.
I understand that, but at first I thought it was about Stone, or because you have HIV, or even your parents coming back from the dead.
Oh, well, great. I'm happy to know you think I'm an emotional basket case.
Robin, you're a strong, resilient, amazing person, but very protective of her heart. You still don't trust me even now. And I'm starting to assume maybe that's because of Jason.
Maybe it is. Jason and I loved and trusted each other completely, and we broke each other's hearts. Okay, I don't know if I told you, but I had a huge crush on Jason when I was in high school. He was so different before the accident. Straight A student, captain of the soccer team, very charming. I know it sounds trite, but he really was the golden boy.
Oh, well, I know the side effects of cerebral edema, but it's hard to picture the guy you're describing.
When Stone was diagnosed with AIDS, Jason was there, outside of Sonny and Brenda, to offer support and friendship. And then Stone died, and not even a month later, AJ drove Jason into a tree. He was comatose for 2 weeks, and I would just sit by his bed, and I thought that he was going to die too, because, nothing good ever lasts. Clearly, I was at a low point in my life.
Can't say I blame you.
One afternoon, I went to his hospital room just to visit, and I was just sitting there not expecting anything, and Jason woke up. He looked at me with those beautiful blue eyes, and for the first time in a long time, I felt hope. It was clear right away that he had brain damage, suffered memory loss, personality shift. His family closed ranks around him. They just wanted their son back.
Well, the attending neurologist didn't say that the damage could be permanent?
You know how it is. Families do not want to hear the bad news.
Alan and Monica are doctors.
And doctors make the worst patients, the worst families of patients. Jason was completely alienated. He ran away from the Quartermains and actually lived in an abandoned boxcar for a little while in the woods. And then one night I met him again on the bridge.
What bridge?
The one past the gorge on Evergreen Point. It's gone now, and the city tore it down because it was a safety hazard.
Stone's Ashes.
That's the one. That's where I would go to remember Stone. It was the only place that I didn't have to pretend to be strong. I could be as sad and miserable as I wanted to be. And then one night Jason showed up. You know the amazing part? I still didn't have to pretend to be strong. He didn't need me to be brave, optimistic Robin. He was 2 months out of the hospital with severe head trauma, and he had no expectations. When I was with Jason, I stopped hurting. Sometimes I even laughed.
And you fell in love.
We used to be much closer to Sonny. To say that we bonded over Stone's death would be a complete understatement. He took care of all of Stone's medical bills. I mean, he was the first person in the room with me when Stone died. So maybe that gives you an idea of how I could rationalize the way he made his money.
Did you introduce Jason to Sonny?
I facilitated the friendship. I reinforced the fact that Sonny was someone that Jason could trust. The night that Sonny's first wife died, the night a car bomb went off and killed her, I thought Sonny might do something to himself, so I sent Jason over there.
Sent him?
Absolutely. Jason trusted me so completely that I could literally tell him what to do. I liked that. I got used to being the arbiter of right and wrong in Jason's life. He had this very childlike way of compartmentalizing things. It was like what he did for Sonny was completely separate from anything that I taught him about ethics. So he got this completely schizophrenic moral code where on the one hand, he was the most gentle, honest person you had ever met, and then on the other hand, he's a killer. And it didn't have to be that way. You know, if I had just been a little bit more realistic about Sonny, if I had encouraged Jason to do something else rather than pick up a gun.
I had no idea you carried this much guilt still about it.
I'm not. The Jason in the PCPD lockup is very different from the boy I fell in love with. And if you ask him, he will tell you that he made all of his own decisions right down the line. I just feel like I could have made a difference somewhere, and I didn't. Sorry you asked?
That explains a lot.
What? About why I'm so bossy?
No, about how you became who you are. And how lucky I am that you're with me. Unless, of course, you're still carrying a torch for Jason.
Please.
It wasn't exactly a no.
Listen to me. The only man I'm carrying a torch for is you.